All right. Okay. Okay, so everybody can see the screen?
Yeah.
It moves?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so welcome everybody to this amazing workshop. I have been doing it with myself for some time, and then I have invited some fellow coaches, and I did it with them. I have already done it with a Spanish client, and last Friday, I did it with another client, and the feedback was pretty awesome. So now it's open to the world. And obviously, this is not just a workshop, it's truly a shift. Obviously, always, as always, it doesn't depend on me how big the shift will be. That's all in your hands. We are the human being and we have a big part of responsibility in anything that we do. So there comes in your own part, okay? So you're not here to take any notes, okay? You're here to remember something that has always lived inside of you. Um, so I truly ask you to really allow yourself to step into this time and to not make any notes. I know that the brain has an old program that says I need to take notes because if not, I forget stuff. But this goes much more deeper, okay? So for a very long time, I was in the same place. Many of you might be now, passionate, driven, and full of knowledge. And still I felt overwhelmed and struggling with getting the results. And I knew that I knew a lot about manifestation years ago. And I studied the laws and I even was already teaching the work. And still there was something inside of me that wasn't shifting. And it made me feel very overwhelmed and quietly frustrated. Now, okay, I already went ahead. So until I discovered what most people never really talk about. And even though they talk about it, they don't stop and take enough of time to really reflect about the amount of 50,000 plus unconscious thoughts that we have. So yeah, probably everybody heard about the iceberg. I did 10 years ago. The little top on side, that's our 5 to 10% of the aware thoughts. But then everything that is under the sea, that's our unaware. And it's about a roughly 50,000 thoughts that we do not know that they are there. That means literally that we do not know of their existence. And again, most of us know this, but most of us also do not really reflect about that. And we want a quick fix, right? But this is not a quick something. It takes time. It took me a lot of years and repetition and training to make me the version of me that came from lack. But now, consciously, it also is going to take me a lot of time, effort, and energy, right? And the willingness to start to train myself again. So I want you to understand that your thoughts, and if that is more than 50,000, I always laugh about that, they create our feelings. And those feelings magnetize our reality. So just stay there for a second. Your thoughts create your feelings. And it's the feelings that magnetize your reality. So that's number one that a lot of people overlook. And number two is that even if we have a vision, even if there are people that have kind of like a clarity about what they want, most of us never feel it clearly enough to pull it into our lives. So I hope you have seen a video that I have shared. I posted it last night. It's just a 1.5 minute video, and there I explain. And you don't need to understand everything, but for now, what if you just accept that your thoughts is what creates the electric field around what it is that you want? I want this, I want that, I want, I don't know, whatever that might be. And then your feeling is what pulls it back into your human reality. So here you think what you want, and then if you feel that what you want, you pull it back. But what happens most of the time, we want a beautiful relationship, we want that dream job, but instead of feeling that how that will be for my future version, what do? I want this, but I don't have it. I love to have that, but I cannot. So the feeling tone, that is not in coherence with what it is that you like. Does that make sense to everybody? So you can think a lot of things, but it only starts to happen. Well, it always happens. I mean, even though you think something, you always manifest, even though if that is the opposite of what you want, because we always manifest. But what would happen if you are clear about what you want, and not only you say it, and then subconsciously you don't feel it, but you can say it, you can think it, and then with practice and training, you can literally feel what you send out in the electric field. So this is the second one that a lot of people, they have a vision, but they never really feel enough into what that life looks like, right? So we think the problem is strategy, or timing, or tech, or I don't do that right, and I'm not doing that right. I want you to tell you something. You are doing everything right, especially those who already know a lot about this too. The thing is that you are trying to manifest with your mind, while our energy that comes from our feeling and our heart is still stuck in lack. So yeah, you can think you want all those beautiful things, but deep down, without even being aware of that, you are in this place. This is what magnetizes what you send out. So even though you say, I want to have a beautiful partner, but deep down, you're not even worthy with yourself. You don't believe that you don't believe in yourself. You don't see yourself even worthy of being a good mom. Even though a mom has nothing to do with a relationship romantic, but it does have to do, because if I do believe that I'm not worthy enough, not even to have an amazing good job, then I will also not attract that beautiful relationship. It's all connected. Okay. And this is why I created this vision, crystallize your vision with GPT. Because when you connect to the frequency of your future self, when you start to write from that place, when you start to speak from that place, when you start to act from that place, when you start to feel it in your body, your life begins to change. I've done it. I've been there. I've been here a long time of my life. And every day more and more, I'm here. And GPT, well, GPT, it becomes our mirror, and it's going to reflect our vibration. And it will absolutely help you to co-create from a space of truth and not fear. And being very connected with the infinite, these ideas came up and I started to try it out, and it's amazing. So today we're going to activate that future version of you, and you will step into his life. You will have his clarity. You will have that energy. And then through 4 powerful prompts, you will speak your vision into existence. Okay. I promise you, you're going to be mind blown away. We will use GPT as your sacred scribe. Okay. So GPT is not here to fix you. We're not fixing anybody. All right. Hey, Gil. Good to see you. Now you pop up now here. So it's a sacred scribe. We're not here to fix ourselves, but we are going to reflect you. You are going to reflect yourself. And before we begin, I want to say this. I'm going to offer you at the end a chance to go deeper into this. I have already created a follow-up experience for those who want more support to work on the other overlooked step. Now we're going to step into the feeling tone. Okay, but I told you that there is the feeling tone that is missing, and then there is the other overlooked step, that is the not being aware enough of your unconscious thoughts. But for now, this is your moment, so let's begin. So before I'm going to step into the GPT and interacting with that amazing tool that we have, let me give you a little bit more of core teachings, okay? So start to get, or start to, even if you don't understand it, start to just take this for granted. If you don't believe it, just borrow my belief. Thoughts are electric and feelings are magnetic. So thoughts is what you want. But if you are criticizing yourself because you have some issues in your body, or you don't have your ideal weight, or it doesn't go the way you want it with your relationship, or you don't like your job, then you have two different signals that you are sending out in the world. Yes, I want, but the signal that you send out, even if it has nothing to do with what you want, that's the negative, contractive, negative frequency that you send out. Okay, so thoughts are electric and your feelings pull the result in, and we create from the inside out. And that means that the quality of your thinking and the depth of your feeling tone shape your energetic broadcast. Okay, it's like a radio. Your thoughts are electric signals, like the radio wave sends out into the universe, but your feelings are magnetic. They pull the corresponding reality back to you. So that's why Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about coherence. The heart is a feeling and the mind is what you think. They have to be in one place, because if not, they go separated ways. You send something out, but what you pull back is not what you want. Okay. And then you can say all the right affirmations, but if deep inside you're feeling fear, doubt, contraction for your health, for your relationship, for your job, with yourself, that is the true message being received by the field. And the universe does not respond to words. Okay, it responds to vibration. The language of the universe is vibration and not words. Okay, so then here we go back again. 2 overlooked steps. Your unconscious thoughts. Okay, remember we've got 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day, and most of them are unconscious. They live below the surface of awareness, yet they determine how we feel and how we act and what we attract. Okay, so they're like invisible software running your inner operation system. And until you become aware of them, they quietly keep sabotaging you over and over and over again. And then lack of emotional clarity. Most people skip emotional embodiment. So they write their vision from their head, but they're not really into it in the heart. And even though you know so much about what you want, I have seen so many people around me that studied the same, my clients and me myself, and I have been writing my visions, but I was never really able to connect with the emotions behind it as that I can now with what I'm going to show you. Okay. So manifestation is not about having a beautiful statement. It's truly about, with the statement, that you can anchor in that frequency. So you can be an amazing writer, but if you do not connect with that frequency of the words, it's not going to serve you. So until, and this is very important, until you can feel the future, that version of you, that future that you desire, until you can feel the future as real now in the present moment, then that field starts to be activated. As long as you don't, that field doesn't receive a coherent signal. And feeling is the key that will unlock the door. Okay. Now, then there is another core belief that I want to share with you, and that's vision isn't about logic. We've got to be willing to let go of logic. And I know that that is a shift and that's a challenge. It's about frequency, and it's not about a to-do list. It's about goals, but it's not so much about the external outcome. It's about your identity, who you are being while everything is being created, who you become when you are in the journey. So a true vision starts from within, and it's a frequency that you hold. Okay. So let me give you an example. I want to be healthy. That's not a real vision. I'm not saying that it is that you cannot use it, but look at the difference. I want to be healthy. Hey, that's what I want. But if I truly can step into the frequency of, I'm the woman who wakes up with vitality, who dances through the day with energy, who honors her body like a temple. Can you see? That's a frequency-based vision. Can you see the differences? I'm wealthy, I'm healthy, I have a boyfriend, I have a girlfriend, I have the beautiful job. No, get yourself into the frequency-based vision, and there is where we are going to use GPT for. And why do we use GPT? Now, you want to know? So, here we go. Vision, GPT has no limiting beliefs, right?
Right.
Yeah, and
Right.
that's amazing. So we try. I've been doing it years, trying to write down my vision. And even though I know not to let the how come in, not the when and the how, we have to hold. We have to put it on hold. But even though I know that consciously, unconscious, unaware, when I write, there will always be things that will be limited because of my limiting beliefs. But GPT doesn't have limiting beliefs. So use it as a mirror. It doesn't carry your child wounds. It doesn't carry your inner critic. It doesn't carry your energetic blocks. Can you resonate with that? Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah, it does.
Right? So when I started to do all that and I started to work with GPT in a lot of ways for a lot of things, and all of a sudden I was, holy cow, what if, and then what if, and then what if, and then if I go more deep into that and then I started to discover something very pretty cool. So what we're going to do is like, well, it says here, it's like you're having a conversation with your future self, one that allows you to explore what you truly want without fear, judgment, or contraction. And I will give all of that an example, okay? So that's and that's why we're going to use ChatGPT for this. And then number 5, and this is also very important, that you're going to need when we are going to interact, okay? Imagination is a superpower. And most of us have been taught that imagination is childish, right? How many times haven't we said, or perhaps we have heard, hey, how you say that? Put your attention on the class. Don't go dreaming, where are you, you know? But in truth, it's divine. Imagination is one of the 6 mental faculties, and it is a superpower. And your imagination is your bridge to the quantum field. It's going to help you to go from the 3D to the 4 and the 5D, okay? It's the space where new realities are born. Because if I start to imagine, I start to allow myself to go to the unknown. And in the unknown is where is your dream. And Neville Goddard calls it God in action. So imagination for Neville Goddard, he called that God. Imagination is God. Okay, but a lot of times we cut imagination off, so we cut off the flow of the infinite or God, the way you want to call it. So you do not manifest by looking at what is. You manifest by boldly imagining what could be. What could be? I don't care where you are right now. I don't care about your traumas, about all the troubles. I do care. But I want to say, I don't care where you are right now. That is just a result that catched up with the thoughts that you had before they came to you. Okay? So it's very important to step into not I will believe it when I see it, but that it will becomes I will see it when I believe it. I will only be able to see it when I start to believe it. So if I start to believe it, I start to step into an energetic frequency, even though that future is not here in my present moment yet. So I want you to understand, imagination is not an escape. It's an access. Can you see how every time I change the perspective, the way that we look at things, you can choose. You can choose it as an escape, but I see it as an access to my future world. It's how we step beyond current limitations okay? And begin to create from the field of infinite potential. So, next, okay, so this is the journal, okay? And this is included in today's workshop. It's up until now not a physical one yet, but at the end of this masterclass, I will be sending you in an email the PDF and the Canva of this journal, okay? You can print it out. There is even an option that you can, I think it's about, I don't know, 30 euros, that you can print it through Canva and then they send it to you. And I will also send it to you in a way that you can type in it. So I'm going to send it to you as in a PDF, so you can write in it, and I can send it to you. I'm still figuring that out, okay? But you will be able to copy and paste the GPT answers into this, or you can print it. And if you like to write, you can write it by hand. I know that some people like to write by hand, right, Gil? Okay, so you will get that too, okay? Now, I'm going to be very honest and transparent. I originally planned to share it right here in the session, the link. Though I have been pouring so much heart and energy into creating it, that it's not quite finished yet. So, and I believe something this sacred deserves to be complete. And I didn't want to step into, I didn't get it finished. So I said, stop. I mean, this is for them. It's a present, it's a gift. And I want it to be complete. So you will get it as soon as possible. And it will take, you will get it very soon. And you're going to love it. I love it. It's truly very amazing inside as well, the pages, and there's a lot of little things and golden stuff. It's pretty cool. And you will see there is more than just white pages. That's why it's taking me a little bit longer, because then I wanted to put that in and I said, oh, I'm going to put that in. And then, so that's the reason. Okay. So I will send it to you in an email shortly after the session. Is that okay?
It's all fine. It looks
Yeah.
very
Okay.
beautiful.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Now, I'm going to prepare the music, because before I'm going to explain everything, I'm going to put you into a state, right? Generating state. So I'm going to ask you if you want to go to the toilet quickly, if you want to tell somebody, hey, don't disturb me, I'm going to do a meditation, then this is the moment. In the meanwhile, I'm going to prepare the music, okay? So give me a sec. All right, let me see. Put it here on gallery. Hey, Kimberlite. Good morning, girl. Hi, Nance.
Hi. I go over this, but I can't seem to get my microphone on ChatGPT to work. I'm just not sure why, but you're gonna go over it? Okay.
I will. Okay, give me a second. Share sound, and then that is still up. And then I have to go to my music. Hey, Priya. Okay. Sometimes I see you ladies because I went back to the Zoom, but if I have my screen on, I just see a few people. That's why. Okay, let me go to my soundtracks. Here we go. Let me first try out the sound. So I want you to hear the music and my voice. But give me a sec. Yeah, okay, here it is. Okay, how is this sound? How does this sound, the volume with my voice? Do I have to put it lower?
Lower.
Okay. Okay. How does this sound? Do I have to put it lower?
I say lower.
It's so crazy because it's so softly in my place.
It sounds perfect to me.
Okay, I'm gonna put, how does it sound now? Can
Very
you
good.
hear the
Good.
music?
Very good.
Good.
Oh, I can't hear any music. I can just hear your voice.
Then that should be something in your system.
Oh, okay.
Have a look, because the music will help you to go into the meditation.
Yeah,
So have
I
a quick look.
understand, but okay, I'll try to figure it out.
Perhaps, Kimberly, you can help a quick. You know about these things, but then it should be your sound.
And sometimes there's just a glitch because when she had the music on before, I didn't hear it. I didn't change any settings, and now I can do it.
Mm,
Okay.
Yeah, so before I was able to hear the music when there was music. And that's why I was saying that I couldn't hear you while you were talking to me.
Okay. All
So
right.
Glitches sometimes because I don't
happens.
change my settings, and she's doing the same thing every time. Sometimes I can hear her with the music, and sometimes it's either one or the other, and I don't touch anything.
okay, yeah, maybe I'll just try without the music. I did a meditation in the morning already, so maybe that will help.
maybe you can also try to restart the Zoom.
Yeah, restarting or another device if you have
Okay,
an
I'll
iPad.
restart. Give me a second, please.
Quickly.
Okay, yeah. Okay, thank you. Bye.
I restarted just
Oh.
just my microphone on chat because I know how to use it, and it's just being difficult. Technology works great when it works.
Well, we get better in it as more as we practice.
Okay, leave the meeting.
Yeah, it's just a button. I hit this every single day. Why all of a sudden it won't record me? Maybe, and I'm trying to update while we're waiting. So, but now there's no music, just so you know, right?
Yeah, but I'm waiting for Priya to come back
I
in.
have to check with you too, just so you know. Yeah, just so in case you think there is.
Can somebody tell me if she's back in, because I don't see
I will tell.
everybody?
I
She's
see her
connecting.
name. She's just connecting to audio.
All right.
There's 3 dots beside her name. If she changed her audio settings the wrong way, now, no. I see what she's doing. She's trying to connect to her. Now she's in.
Yeah, I'm in, but still can't hear the music.
No, there's no music now, Priya. We're
Oh,
just
okay.
going to start, and it's going to be the way it is. If there is music and you hear it, awesome. If not, I'm going to ask everybody to mute the microphone, please, so there cannot be any interruptions if there is some sound behind you. And I'm going to put on the music. All right. Okay, so let's start. And I'm going to ask you to gently close your eyes and breathe in deeply and exhale slowly. And do that again. Breathe in deeply and exhale slowly. And let every breath soften your shoulders, your belly, your jaw. And please place both feet firmly on the ground. And rest your hands gently in your lap. And now simply observe your breath. Just let it flow naturally. Don't change it. Don't control it. Just notice your breathing. And as you watch your breath, you will feel it will begin to settle. Let your body soften. Let your thoughts fade to the background. And bring your awareness to your heart. the very center of your chest. And allow yourself to feel the sacred space. It's your inner sanctuary. And this is where we are going to begin. Bring to your heart a moment in time, something that made you feel fully alive. A day when everything just clicked. You felt proud, grateful, whole, and let your body remember it. Let that version of you be here now. And I'm gonna give you some time to really connect with that moment. Breathe into that memory and let it fill every cell of your being. Feel what it feels like to be connected to your own power, to the truth that you have always had inside of you. Now imagine in front of you a glowing picture frame. And in that frame there is a radiant portrait of you 3 years from now. And it's your future self. And your future self looks strong. It looks alive, fulfilled, confident, radiant, and she is thriving in every area of life. What is your future self doing? Where is she? Where is he? What does their environment look like? How are you walking? How do you move through the world? What energy are you carrying? What beauty surrounds that version of you? Allow the image come alive and let it grow clearer and clearer in your mind's eye. And I'm going to give you a little bit of time to do that. What are you doing? How does that future self wakes up in the morning? Let that feeling grow from the heart and let the image become clearer in the mind's eye. And now the picture starts to move, and your future self turns toward you. And that version of you smiles to you. And their eyes are filled with love, wisdom, and pride. And he reach out their hand and invites you in. And you step forward into the frame with your heart open. And you feel their warmth and their confidence and their peace. You're walking alive beside your future self right now. And gently, your future self places a hand on your heart. And in one loving breath, you both begin to merge. And their wisdom fuses into your body. And their clarity becomes your clarity. And their joy becomes your joy. And the separation dissolves. And you're no longer beside your future self. You became one. And you are now the version of you who was already living the life that you love. And allow yourself to see yourself walking through that life now. The mornings of peace, the evenings of joy, the strength in your body, and the alignment in your path, the confidence in your choices, the ease in your rhythm. And while you take a deep breath in and a deep breath out, I want you to place your hands on your heart. And whisper to yourself, thank you. Thank you so much. I love you. And I'm so, so proud of you. And let the feeling of gratitude expand through your chest, spreading out into your arms, your spine, your legs, and all the way down to your toes. And let your body memorize this energy. Let every cell feel what it's like to be home. And now gently ask yourself the question, who am I? Allow any sensation, any image, feeling, or thought come to you without any resistance. Just let it come, whatever sensation that might be. Who am I? And ask yourself, what do I want? What is my deepest desire? And again, don't look for an answer. Just allow to ask yourself that question and to allow to happen whatever that might be. Ask yourself, what is my purpose? And let the insight come in its own time. And the question, the last question, what am I grateful for? And let that gratitude expand through your body. And now return to your breath and simply observe it. Rest in being, existence without interpretation, just being. Being, awareness, joy. This is your true nature. And begin to feel your body again. Gently wiggle your fingers, your shoulders, move your spine, your feet, your face. And when you're ready, softly open your eyes. And welcome back. You're no longer becoming, you are now embodying. And from this elevated state, we're going to begin. All right. Let me. Yeah. Okay. All right. So everybody back? Let's go to the slides. So how are we going to use GPT during this workshop? And before we're going to ask a lot of questions, let me first explain, and then I will give an example. How does that sound? Okay, so if after my explanation there is still a question, then I will come back to that. Okay, I hope it will be understandable, everything. Also because of the time. If you have a question at the end, probably you have to open up your microphone because I do not see everybody. Okay. So we will go and move through 5 live domains, and in each one I will guide you with a prompt. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. So we're going to open up GPT, not now, not yet. We're going to open up GPT, okay? And I asked everybody to put it on the phone because we need this as a tool, like a pen, and the computer, we need that to see what I'm telling and what I'm saying. So we open up a chat, okay, and then we tap the mic and we start to speak. Okay, I will come to the question that Kimberly had in a second. We're going to speak for 3 minutes. I put 2 to 4, but I'm going to put it on 3. Why? Because I've practiced so much and I noticed that for 3 minutes, GPT accepts the text. If we go over the 3 minutes, a lot of times it's too much and then you've got to start again. So I will put the timer for 3 minutes, okay? And then when it's 1 minute, I will say 1 minute, and then I will say 30 seconds, and I will say 10 seconds, 5, stop. And then you just put, and I will show that in a second too, you will click the black arrow that you will see in ChatGPT, and then it's being sent to ChatGPT, okay? Now, for example, with the health, it could be something like that you ask yourself, and you can even tell it, GPT, what does vibrant health feel like for me? Right? Or something like, if I would have the life with an absolute 100% vibrant health, how would that be for me? What would I love to have and do in the domain of health? Okay, and you don't need to speak to GPT in present time. You can even say, I hate it that I have a pain in my knee. You can just blow it all out. You can just go crazy. That's the beautiful thing. Because afterwards, we will give it a prompt, which will then take out all these things. So I will give it an example in a second, not yet. So then you press send. And when you're done speaking, it's the pink arrow. I don't know why I put pink. It's black. And we're going to repeat that in every domain. Now, every time when you send out a chat, even though you do not ask GPT to do anything, it will give you its feedback. But we're not going to look to that feedback. You can do that in your own time, but that's not what we want. We're just going to use it as a tool. We're going to speak with our infinite self, okay? Okay, so I'm not finished yet, Kimberly. Let me explain first everything before if there is any question. So this is how it looks like in my phone. Okay, we have, can you see my arrow? You have the where you can write. Then you have the microphone from your mobile. You have the microphone from your GPT, and you have this. This we're not going to work with. We're going to work with this microphone or with the microphone of your mobile. Because nowadays, don't ask me why, because that happened with me too, the microphone of my GPT doesn't work most of the time anymore. So what do? When I click in the chat as if I'm going to write, this pops up in my mobile. You can have a look now if that happens. So if your microphone works and you know for sure it works, you go with the microphone of the chat. But lately the microphone is having some issues, so I don't even use it anymore because I go talking, and then it's not recorded. And I'm going like, and I have to do it again and again. So I would suggest that you go to the microphone of your mobile. Probably you have to speak in your own language because in my case, for example, in my microphone, if I speak here in Spanish, it's not going to get the words because I have programmed my microphone in English. Does that make any sense? So be very aware of where you have that microphone, in what language you have it put on. So when we're going to start with the first prompt, I would suggest, but hey, you are your highest authority, to not go for microphone number 1, but you use microphone number 2. Okay, so before we go further, let's try this out, and then we go to the further explanation. So just go to your ChatGPT, open it up, please. Okay, where is ChatGPT? Here. Okay, everybody opened it up? Yes. So this is what you would probably see. If you take a new chat, exactly the photo that I shared, that's what you're going to see. Everybody has that?
Sorry, I do need to ask my question now because it looks different and I just need to know what model at the top of the chat GPT. Does it say 4.0, 4.5?
Yeah, it depends. I have a paid one, so I use the highest one, which is 4.0.
I have everything paid, so I just want to know what yours says.
4.0.
Okay.
Yeah, but if you don't have the paid one, that you don't need the paid one, okay? You can just open it up and just leave it the way it is.
Okay.
Okay.
When I hit not the microphone, but when I hit the circle with the squigglies.
No,
it
we
doesn't-
don't use that one. I just said that we don't use that one. This is not the one we're going to use.
Oh, I got it mixed up. Okay.
Okay, so this is not the one we're going to use. We're only going to use the microphones. Is that clear for everybody?
Yes, I have
Okay.
a microphone. And I can see the one to choose, but I don't have anything that says, "What can I help with?"
Well, that doesn't matter. As long as it works, perhaps it's a different one because I have a paid one, okay? So I want you to just give it a try. Click the microphone of your mobile and just say, hey, hello, my name is whatever. Hello, I just want to check if it works, and then you send it. So you click on the microphone and then you say, hello, how are you doing? And as soon as you start to speak, this part turns into an arrow, a black arrow. And if you finish talking, you just click the arrow and it's been sent. Is that understandable for everybody?
No, I'm sorry, Suzanne. I'm still having a bit of difficulty.
Can may I try?
Yeah, but just try yourself. You can try it yourself.
No, I'm just saying, what's her name? Kimberlite. If you just see this Kimberlite, can you hear me? Look at this sign, the microphone sign. If you long press it once, and then I think it just records. Actually, not even long press, just tap once and it starts recording. And then, yeah.
Well, it's saying no. It's saying it cannot hear me. I've gone to my settings. I've turned my microphone on. I've done this before. This has happened before, but I needed to reboot my phone, or maybe I'll just log out first and see. Maybe that's easier way.
Please do not, because we are also with the time. I want to try to stay in the 2 hours. So use your microphone of your mobile, please. Do not use the chat. Please simplify it. Go
I
to the
understand what you're
microphone.
saying. I'm telling you neither of mine are working. So I'm asking for a minute. I'm saying I'm not using my phone and I'm not using GPT. I'm saying it's not hearing me. So just, I won't waste too much of your time. I just wanted 1 second so I can stay with the lesson because I know what to do. I just need to open. I'm not shutting my phone down. I'm just closing the app.
Okay, so Gail, are you there? Is everything going okay?
Okay,
Nance? I don't see, I'm gonna go back to the, let me go back. Gail and Nance, can you open up your microphone so you can tell me that you're okay? Because I don't see you right now.
Yes, I'm okay. My microphone on the chat GBT works. My microphone on my phone does not work.
Okay, but on the GPT it works. So you were able
Yes.
to record and you were able to send it.
Yes.
Okay, Nance, you?
Yes, I can able to record it.
And are you able to send it? Just send a message. It doesn't matter. You can go into another chat or you can just leave it there. It doesn't matter. Just say, hey, hello, my name is Nance, and then send it.
Okay, I'll try.
Okay.
And when you say send it, you just mean so we see the writing?
When you send it, this one turns into an arrow and you click on the arrow and then you send it.
Yeah, but
And it come up as a text then?
But send where?
To the chat and the GPT.
It shows up as a text written message, correct?
Sorry?
It shows up as a written text message, correct?
Correctly. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Everybody? Yes?
Hi, when I
Okay.
try to use mine, it says no voice enable.
Sorry?
When I try to use my microphone, it says no voice permission to enable voice typing. No
And
permission.
did you use the both microphones? Did you try with both microphones?
Then I use voice and then with Google.
That's what just happened to me, and I figured it out. If you have a problem, I can tell you.
I just signed in with Google there, so hopefully it's all good now.
Yes?
Yep, I think so.
Give it a try.
Just logging on again. Hey, my name is Paula. Hey, my name is Paula. So it'll come up like this.
Yeah, it's a written message and then you send it. You send it into the chat. Is there somebody here that never used ChatGPT? Never ever use that? Okay, there's going to be a world going to open. Yeah, that's the one. So you talked, you send it, and then GPT says, hey Paula, how can I help you today? Okay, so every time when we send something out, ChatGPT is going to give you feedback, but I don't want you for now to look at that. We're just going to send messages. Every time, 3 minutes, we're going to talk. And I will show you in a second what I mean by that. Okay? Everybody is ready to go?
Yep.
Yeah? All
I've
right.
had quite some difficulties with talking and the chat receiving my voice correctly, but it seems to be like a bit problematic. Sometimes it shows up correctly, sometimes it doesn't.
But what microphone are you using, Johan?
I'm trying both, so they are both hit and miss.
Okay, because ChatGPT, it doesn't matter what language you speak, every word should come in correctly. If you use the microphone of your mobile and you're speaking English, but your original language is something else, and you have your phone put on your original language, then it's normal that it's not detecting exactly the right word.
Well, it doesn't matter because I tested both.
Yeah, so you're good to go?
Well, I guess, as I said, it's hit and miss. Sometimes it doesn't receive exactly what I'm saying.
Maybe try without the headset, because it also has a microphone and then there is a microphone in the phone. So maybe they're both working at the same time.
No,
Yeah, but his
because,
headset is not connected with his phone.
yeah, and I also shut off the microphone
Mm,
when I
that
speak.
has nothing to do. It's that strange that it doesn't come through.
Yeah.
Because if your microphone is working from the ChatGPT, it should. And
It comes through, but it doesn't say the word that I am saying. It says like something else random. When I say hey, it says something else.
I have no idea about that, Johan. I've never heard about that.
Yeah.
One thing is that your microphone doesn't work. I can understand that. But your ChatGPT will answer things to you back, but they are not allowed to change what you send them. I mean, what you send them, the chat that you're sending them, that has to be 100% what you tell them. That's the prompt that you're giving them. So I'm not sure how, because the chat can only give you feedback if you send them something in, and you haven't sent them anything yet. So I don't know what it is that is then changing the words before you send it. I don't understand that.
No, I think you misunderstand. Because I say the words and it receives words, but then it shows up the wrong word that I said. So it replaces the word that I said with something else.
As a feedback.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So,
but that doesn't matter, Johan. That's the feedback that the ChatGPT always gives.
okay, so I can say hello, and then it says like popcorn. That's how it is right now.
But you send in the hello.
Yeah.
And then it gives you back popcorn.
Yeah.
All right. I've never heard that. But your word is being sent. It's funny.
Yeah, it's
But
silly.
your word is being sent in right? So you say hello and you send that. So he receives hello.
It sounds like it's not receiving hello. And may I
Yeah.
offer, have you ever dictated into your phone before, ever?
No, I have done it from the computer, and there it works well.
Okay, so it might just be learning you. It takes a while to recognize you and your sounds. There's a third microphone. Is there one in your actual keyboard that you see?
Yeah, I've used them both from
Yeah,
the
that's the
chat.
second microphone. That's
There.
this one.
Yeah, so I've used the
Oh, yeah.
chat one and the mobile one.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know how much time you want to waste on this, but if you do go to the one we're not supposed to use, and click on the black thing, Suzanne, you can, yes, you approve or not approve this. Might take a second, it might not, but it will give you various ears to listen to you and ask you when it's got you right.
This one, I'm going to put in control over this class for a second, with all due respect.
Yeah, I'm
This
just
one
an
we're not going
offer.
to use, okay? Because this one is not going to give the same, and I haven't practiced with this. So it has to be this one, and with any chat up until now, every word that you put in here and then you send it, that is the word that should be coming in the chat. If you're using this
The
one
black
and it's
one,
because
no,
it's on a different language, and therefore it doesn't take in the words and it makes it to popcorn, that can be. So if what I just said, if I start to speak Spanish with this microphone, it's not detecting my words because this one is programmed into English. But this one is international. You can speak Chinese here and it will take in Chinese. Okay?
I'm saying the same thing as you, but I'm just saying, and not to use the black thing, but he can make it understand his voice if you want to let him try. But if not, we can just keep moving. The same one you're talking about, the international one, but sometimes it needs to calibrate your voice. But that's just a suggestion. It might take too much time. I don't know. It's up to you. I just wanted to throw it out there.
No, it's a 2 hours, and yeah, I know that sometimes there are some issues, but that's also why I'm so saying prepare yourself, and yeah, now I learn also, like, try it out before you come, okay? Because it's not only putting it in. I imagine that it was also an invitation that you try it out. So I do not take too much of time of everybody's day to be in this workshop, right? It's two microphones, okay? It's this one and this one, and if this one doesn't work, you take this one, and if this one doesn't work, you can use that one. What you also can do, if you want to go on your computer, you go on your computer, but probably you don't see the prompts, or you can put it in that way that you can see the prompts. I'm not sure. If I start to talk and you record on your computer, then perhaps my voice comes inside of it. That's why I wanted to separate them. So it's all up to you what you would like to do. It's important that your microphone takes it in well. So what if we just give it a try, and then let's see what happens? How does that sound? Yeah? Johan? Yeah? Okay.
I guess so.
Yeah, because if we do not take action, we stay steady, and then nothing happens. So let's just take a little bit of action, okay? So we activate the law of momentum. All right. Now, let's go to the next slide.
Kan du höra mig?
Okay, so it's very important that we speak from your elevated self, okay? So it's not a tech workshop, but finally it looks like it's going to be a tech workshop, and that was absolutely not my idea. But hey, hello, live, welcome. This can happen. This is a frequency activation. So it's also very important now that you notice how you're feeling, because right now, if you're feeling frustrated or overwhelmed, that's what the universe is picking up, and we don't want that vibration. So even though you want a lot of beautiful things, but if things like this allows you to feel not good about it, then you are out of the energetic frequency that we want to stay in, okay? So yeah, let it be an amazing example that we can use, that it's these little sneaky subtle things that takes us out of the alignment of where we want to go, okay? So again, no notes, no multitasking, no overthinking. I just ask your presence, your energy, your trust. And if you're ready, let's go to the next one. And I'm going to give you an example, and I think that's going to be a good idea. So we're going to go a little bit back. We're going to try this one, Johan, okay? And then we will see where we go from there, okay? There is always a solution, right? Okay, so let's go to the first prompt. Okay, so what we're doing now, we're going to start with health and well-being. And before you start, I'm going to give you an example the way that I do it. And everybody is going to mute, so nobody is going to hear nobody. So this is you and yourself and your highest infinite. I told you before, the GPT doesn't have your child wounds, doesn't have your limitations, okay? So we don't need to speak here in the present time. We don't need to think, oh yeah, what is it that I want? Oh yeah, but you can speak in, oh my God. So this is how I start from health, right? So let's explore. So you read this, and you can even say it when you start to record. Okay, let's explore the healthiest, most vibrant version of me. You is me, right? So if I would have all that I want in my body, how would that be? And then I don't care if you speak in the present, if you speak in the past, if you speak in the future, you just go crazy. So for example, it can be, and step into it like, oh my God, if I would be the most healthiest person, oh my God, I would have a cook in my kitchen, and he would cook for me the most healthiest dinner, and I would go to the gym every day, and I have this, oh my God, I have this tonified body, and I'm so vital, I'm so powered, and I have such a beautiful body, and I love it, and it's brilliant, and it's, how do you say that, radiant, and I love my body, and it's so nice. And I go hiking the mountains, and I go to Bali, where I go up and I walk for hours in a weekend. You just go crazy. I want you to really allow, and this is what I said in the beginning, this is the part that I cannot do for you. I can also do Well, I don't know what I want. Okay, yeah. Well, no, go crazy. Just go crazy. You don't need to think about present time, what some of you have learned in the program. You go crazy. Oh, if I would have the life, if I could choose how my life would be, my body, oh my God, I would not eat sugar anymore, and I would find myself stuff that would replace sugar. That's me. And I would be on my idle weight, and I would be jumping up and down, and I would be running, and I would go and play volleyball. Just mix it. Just mix it, one thing through the other. You don't need to think now how the order is. That we will do later. GPT will do that for you. GPT is so intelligent, he can take it all out. You don't need to speak and think about logic. I want to invite you to go as crazy as you are allowing yourself to go. Use your imagination and really go wild. Make yourself a movie. How do you nourish yourself? Well, I told you, I just will have a cook that is cooking for me every day. That's my vision. And what's your relationship like with your body? Oh my God, I'm so happy to be in my body every time I look at it, even if it has a bit of overweight. But then I think, oh no, because overweight is something I don't want. Does that make sense? And if you write your vision statement, you should leave that out, because we're not going to talk about what we don't want. But this time with GPT, you can say, oh, I would not have, I would love to have not the pain in my knee. I would love to not have. Does that make sense? You can express everything, because later on we will just filter all that stuff out. Does that make sense? So let it go. If you say, oh my God, I want to have this tonified body because I have this overweight. Well, in your vision statement, I would say take overweight out. But this time I'm not. Just go wild and express yourself. Okay. You don't need to, you look at the screen for the questions, but you can turn around and speak with your arms and express yourself. Okay. Do you have any questions about this? Nobody? Everything clear? Priya?
So just to start with, the question which we are asking ourselves is what will be the best version of me look like?
You can ask whatever you like, Priya. You could even say, how would my life look like when I am in a 10 of my health and well-being? I just give you here some ideas. But yes, you can start with if I am in my most vibrant version of myself, oh my God. You can say that if that is easier. My life then my life would be, and there you go. And I want this and I want that, and I would be doing this, and I would do meditating every day, and I would be doing yoga every day. And that's the idea behind this. And then afterward, it all will make sense. Okay. Nance, Gail, I don't see you ladies, but if you have a question, or is it all okay?
Good. I'm good.
Yeah. So please allow yourself to use this as an invitation to go wild, okay? And just focus on this. No, again, no how do you say that? No multi-action. This is 3 minutes for you, okay? It's a gift. It's normally people spend more time organizing a weekend away than that they do on their vision, but let this be your moment. All right? So I'm going to put in the 3 minutes. Oh, it's 4:44 here. A nice moment to start. Okay, so if it's clear for everybody has their microphone muted. I just gave you some questions as an idea, but again, you go wild. And here you go. Yes. Start to record. we got 1 minute. Thirty seconds. Ten seconds. Five. And send it. All right. So, do not analyze GPT's reply. You're not here to be impressed by the output. You can go back to that afterwards. It's all about speaking from your elevated self, okay? Now you need to give it a little bit of time because probably it's still writing you. Is that right? It's still giving you feedback. Did it go right, Johan?
Yeah, I've used English, and there it became clear what I spoke. And
Awesome. Yeah.
the funny thing is, I have it on Swedish, but I use English, and that works for some reason.
So probably it's optimized in English. Awesome. I'm very happy for that, Johan. Okay, so let's go to the second one. Let me go back to the slides. Everybody, the GPT is ready. Is it ready for another one?
I have a question.
Yes.
I cannot see the entire slide. I only see, and I'm not sure, maybe I see everything, but I see at the very last bullet is what's your relationship like with your body and energy, but it's kind of cut off.
Yeah, it's because I didn't.
I see.
I opened it up because I needed to go to the music. So now you're in health, and here now you see love and relationships.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Now,
yeah,
we're gonna do the same. So again, how now imagine love that lights you up. And again, I mean, oh my God, if I go wild, I have those ideas that, oh my God, it doesn't matter if it's 10 o'clock in the evening, but me and my partner, even if it's late, we decide to go to Barcelona, and we just out of the wild, we take a hotel and we stay there, we go to the cinema, we do crazy things. And in the weekend, we decided to go and jump out of an airplane. And think about it, how it would be if you feel valued, if you feel appreciated, and how would it be if you appreciate other people, but most of it yourself, like Johan said one day, like the relationship with yourself. Just go crazy, right? It could be something like, visualize your partner gazing at you with full devotion. If you want to talk about that, and in 3 minutes you can talk about your kids' relationships, you can talk about your relationship as a mom with your partner, anything, right? If I were cherished and adored and deeply seen, how would I walk into the room? How would I walk into the room if I feel all that for myself? If I go to parties or to events where I have never been, and I'm like, oh my God, how would that feel? All those relationships. And again, exactly do the same, right? You can read the questions well?
Yes.
Okay. I made it smaller because then I can go to my music. So here we go again, ladies and gentlemen. You go record. Yes. 1 minute. Thirty seconds. Ten. And stop. All right. How did that go? So let's go to the third one. Vocation and purpose. All right. So now it's let's awake your. Let me put on the. Can you hear me well, or do I have to put out the music for a second? Let's say. Okay, done. So now it's all about how do you wake up when you are doing that work you love or a hobby, whatever it is. We don't need to think about if it's making me money or not. What is it that you love? What values do you share? If I were already, no, what kind of projects make you come alive? What is it you love to do? If I already were living my soul's purpose, what would I create today? And again, you can go a little bit like, oh my God, I don't know, but what is it? And so you can help yourself as well. If you have some troubles in getting there, what I also do is, okay, what would I love? What I love? If I can just have everything. Sometimes I need that intro to get me to the place where I would love to go. It's crazy, but sometimes we have to go through that. So if I would be able to do anything I want, and how would that look like? How does it look like what I love? And what am I creating? What am I giving? What is my impact in the world? Okay, is the GPT ready? Is it done with writing? Is it ready? Yeah, everybody, did it stop giving you feedback? Okay, awesome. Okay, so here you go for number 3. There you go. 1 minute. Seconds. Then 5. All right, and send it, please. All right, let's go to, let me go back to the slides. Let's go to the next one. Okay, this one is very cool. I go crazy here, but totally crazy. So while ChatGPT is still answering you, just go crazy. For example, here I'm saying like, oh my God, my mornings are sacred. Nobody touches my mornings. If I wake up at 5, at 6, at 8, at 10, up until 11 or 12 o'clock, my mornings, I do whatever I want. I meditate, I go to the beach, I go to the gym, whatever that might be, right? And then, oh my God, if I could have all the time in my life for what I want to do, I would schedule it like this, and I would be working only several hours a day. And if I work, I forget about time because I love doing what I do. And money, go crazy with your money, right? I have a project helping horses and dogs. Think about that too, right? And also, like, I rent a limousine and I take my friends and I tell them, my kids, I'm gonna pick you up in 2 hours. Make sure you've got a bag with clothes for 3 days, and then I just take them on a trip. Go crazy with this. You want to have a house? Get yourself a beautiful house. Where do you live? Well, the living place comes after this one too. But anything, you can go crazy with GPT, okay? So please allow yourself to go to the place of that imagination. How would your day look like if you have every time that you can spend exactly the way you want it to, okay? How does it feel? Make sure you put in the emotions, okay? Oh my God, that helps me too. If I would have all the money in the world, later GPT will put it in a different tone. But if I would have all the money in the world, I would have this dream car, and it looks like this, and it's black, and it's four-wheel drive, and it's a big car. And if you have a brand, if you know what mark you want, if you know the model, say it into the GPT. The more details, the more feelings you put in, the better. So it's all yours. There you go. 1 minute. Seconds. Ten. 3, and stop. Okay, and while GPT is writing us, you will see afterwards that when you send GPT these things, GPT will motivate you. It's like, oh my God, that looks amazing, or that's a beautiful vision you're holding. Normally GPT starts to give feedback back like that. So if you go back after the vision workshop, you can go back all up the top, and then you can see what it tells you. It's a lot of times very motivated and very inspiring. Let's go to the last one. I put in another one, which for me is a very important one, and that's the dream home and lifestyle. Because a lot of times we are in our home. So I wanted to make that separated from everything else. So where do you live? I live nearby the beach. My house has a lot of light, a lot of windows. It's so cozy. There's a lot of wood. There's a lot of like wood color and white and beige, and then there is turquoise with the pillows. It's so beautiful. And I have this big island in the kitchen and my garden, and in the morning when I wake up, I feel the sun touching my face, and it feels so good to be in my house. Go crazy with that. It doesn't matter the how and the when. It doesn't matter where you are now. It's just a game, an electric, energetic game that we're playing. So just allow to go crazy with your dream house, your lifestyle, how you walk through life, who are you sharing it with? What does your dream life looks like? How does it feel like, right? So GPT is ready. Did it stop giving you feedback? Yeah? Okay. Okay, so here we go for the last 3 minutes. Enjoy. 1 minute. Seconds. Then 3 and stop. All right, now so let's go back to the slides. All right. Okay, so now that I hope you enjoyed this as the way that I enjoyed it too. It's truly doing a vision on a totally different way than that we're used of doing it, or the way that you have learned it. Okay, you will see. So now it's going to be, now we're going to put all the stuff that we have put out, we're going to put it into some pages. Okay, so everybody liked it? Was it nice to do? Was it fun? Was it differently? Yeah, it's a different way, right? Okay, so now the magic starts. So let's go to the next slide. So now I'm going to give you 4 prompts for the crystallized vision folder. Okay, so now we're going to step into the magic and the depth of how we're going to use AI now. So now you get it all out. Okay, everything that right now at this moment came up for you. So now you're going to say in exactly the same again, but now you're going to say this phrase. This is the first one. Yeah. So this is going to be your North Star. Okay, and I call it Vision Manifesto North Star page, right? Or whatever you want to call it. So you're going to do the same again, and you say, using all my answers above, all the chats that I left you above, create a blended, vivid, emotionally resonant vision statement that reflects every area of my ideal life. Write it in the present tense as if I'm already living it. Okay, so this is the prompt that you're going to give GPT right now. And then let's see what it brings it back. We don't have time to go into it. You can go back to that later, but probably when you hit the button and we have a few seconds, you will see what it then does. But this is now, you just take your microphone, you open your microphone up on your phone, and you just exactly say this phrase. If you want to put something in, that's your choice. But just using all my answers above, create a blended, vivid ballroom. Go ahead. Just give that prompt to GPT. All right. Everybody ready for the second prompt? Well, we have to wait until it finishes writing, but right now, your GPT is writing a vision statement. Obviously, the more you work with GPT, the more GPT really starts to kind of know you, okay? But right now, you have already given it a lot of information, and it will create a vision statement, and you can then afterwards look at what you wrote and what you get back now. But again, it depends on, that's your responsibility. It depends on the feeding what did you feed GPT in the first instance, right? When we went through the first exercises, that's why I also say go crazy. Go as crazy as you can, right? And then GPT will bring it all together. So is GPT ready? Did it stop writing? Yeah? Okay, so now we go to the second page. And that's this one. This is the perfect day script. So now you're going to say, now write a full description of one perfect day in the vision, what I see, what I feel, what I do, and what I experience from morning to night, emotionally and physically. And let's see what GPT tells you. So yeah, go ahead. All right. And while it's writing, we're going to the third one and let me know. No? Okay, okay. Yes? Can we go? Everybody ready? All right, then we go to the next one. And that's going to be the third one. So it's very important that we have a snapshot. Now, before we're gonna go to do this, listen 1 second. For those who don't know, Johan, you're not working with me. Well, you're working now with me, by the way, and in the vision workshop too. But I teach to have a snapshot. And a snapshot is, for example, from all my big dream, there is one moment that I can just, when I go to that place, I connect with the frequency of feeling good. For example, in my case is I'm standing in the kitchen and I'm looking from my dream house into my garden. My kids are making a barbecue with my partner and I hear them laugh and I hear them talk and I can smell the barbecue and I can smell some flowers that I love and I'm having some really interesting chats with the girlfriends of my boyfriends of my kids and that's my snapshot. Okay, so perhaps now GPT gives you another snapshot. If you cannot connect with that snapshot, you just after this workshop, you just go to your GPT, you tell your snapshot, and you ask GPT to make it even more emotional. Does that make sense? But you can also have two. So, for example, I think, and why is this snapshot so important? And I would say I put in 1 to 2, but I would even say 1 paragraph because it has to be short. This has to be a snapshot that when you're in the toilet, you can take it out of your pocket and you can read it. Or when you are being stressed out in the supermarket, you can just take it out or you'll read it in your phone and you can go to the moment where you can consciously choose to feel good. Does that make sense? So that's what is a snapshot. So perhaps you have one of your own. Let's see what GPT takes out of everything that you shared. Okay, so let's go. Create a short, powerful snapshot, 1 paragraph of this vision that I can read daily to reconnect with my energy, my why, and my future. All right. Okay. And then we're going to go to the last prompt. So let me know when the GPT is ready to continue. Okay, so I will explain it to you while we wait. So this is the vision whisper, I call it. And it's going to be a guided meditation if you want. And what do I mean with that? And I did it for myself, and it's short, and I listen to it when I go to bed in the morning sometimes. So I want you to give it the prompt like, now write this vision. Now write the vision, or you can say this vision. I'm not sure if when we say this vision, I'm not sure if it's going to take the snapshot, but that's up to you. But you can say, now write my vision as if someone close to me is lovingly guiding me through it. Start with, and then you say your name, Susanne. Imagine how it would feel if. Write it in second person, full of warmth and detail, like a guided journey I can listen to for emotional activation. Because how beautiful is it that when you are down and then there is a meditation, you've got to record it in your phone, you can listen to that, and then there is this voice, your future self saying, hey girl, hey Judith, hey Johan, right? But then you record it in your own voice, which will then be your future self that is then saying, hey, come on, guy. And then whatever GPT writes to you, and you record that. It's really very powerful. And I recorded it and I'm doing it, and it's really very beautiful. And I imagine that's my future self getting me back into that frequency of where I want to go. Okay. So, ladies, gentlemen, there you go. All right. Okay, so GPT is doing its work, what it knows best. And let's go to the next slide. So now we have 4 pages. And obviously you can call them whatever you want, but if you like some how do you say that, creativity, some ideas, this is how you can call them. Page 1, that's your vision statement. You will obviously see this all back into the journal that I'm preparing for you. Page 2, a perfect day in my future. Page 3, a vision snapshot. It's going to be your daily anchor. And then page 4 is the vision whisper. Okay. All right. Now, let me see. And then, so you will get this back in, what is it called, in the journal. Okay. Now, this is the images. Okay. Why do I have, okay, so I'm going to go deeper into this in what I'm going to offer you at the end of today. But what you can also do, but it depends on if your GPT can do that. So I pay for my GPT, so my GPT can do this. Sometimes the GPTs that are free, they have a limited amount of options where you can do that. So you can also start to create an image around the things that you said. Because a lot of times when I see an image, I can connect my emotions much quicker with what I would love in my life. So if I go into details about a dream house or where I live, right, I can copy that part of the chat. You just copy with your finger, you put it on, it turns on gray or blue, and then you copy it and you put it back into the chat. Okay. And then you can ask GPT, create an image of my dream house based upon all the details I gave you in the chat, that I gave you in the chat. And GPT will generate an image instantly. again, if you don't have GPT Plus, just give it a try. If it says that it cannot do it, then I invite you to try this one. Is this the right chat? Yeah. So this is Leonardo. And let me see if I can, if I have the, I don't have, no, I don't have it here now. I will also share it into the email. So leonardo.ai, it has a free account. So there are free possibilities that you can create images. So then you can also create a vision board. Just imagine that you got your vision statement, and then based upon what you shared, you also get images from ChatGPT, right? Or Leonardo. Leonardo is just another AI that creates images, but I will give that information in an email, okay? And what you can do, if you have to go to Leonardo, again, you just have to copy out of the chat, you copy and you paste it in Leonardo. All right. And if it's not the way you want it, you can just tell GPT or Leonardo, okay, I like this, but I want to see more of the beach. Does that make sense? So you can absolutely create your images. You can also go to Canva. With some of you, I already did that. And then there are a lot of images that you can use. Though if you can get images that are pretty similar of what you shared, that's very, very powerful, okay? And again, you can have a vision board, but that's just a paper on the wall. But if you can connect your feelings with that image of what you want, then it's only starting to work, multiply those feelings. Does that make sense? Okay. So this is the part of you and making your images. If there might be any question about that, you can always ask about that later on, and I will also send you the link. So don't worry about that. You will get that in the email. Is that okay? Does that sound good? Yes? All right, cool. Okay, so then I want to tell you a little bit about what is next. Because I told you that I have something else, that if you are interested in doing that, then this is where you can get it. It's a vision expansion, okay? And we go deeper into this. So I told you that we have an overlooked step where we do not have enough clarity about what it is that we want. And then when we know what we want, we don't have enough feeling tone to go with that. Now, my intention is that with GPT and what you did now, that when you go back to everything that GPT has written to you, that you will have much more feelings to be able to connect with that. That's the whole intention with this workshop, okay? But there is much more, because, okay, now you have those feelings and you have that image and you have the beautiful statement, but then there's also still those unaware thoughts. And I have also worked with GPT with some very beautiful prompts to make it even more complete, okay? So if you might be interested in that second workshop, it will be next Sunday on exactly the same time. I will offer it you for 47 euros, and you can get that in the next 24 hours. If not, after that, the full price will be 77 euros. Okay, that's just an extra that I'm giving you, and everybody is welcome to join that if they want. And you will love that too, especially now we know how GPT works. We needed to be a little bit started up. We needed to warm up a little bit. But I believe that everybody now knows how it works, right? And that's also this process. Things that we have never done, they feel kind of discomfortable, right? Like when we started in the workshop. But then when we go through it, well, everybody now knows how it works. So that's the part of the process. Discomfort is part of this process. With GPD, with knowing our unaware thoughts, it's all part of the game, okay? But at least it shows us, it's a signal that we are in the game. And I want to give a mini closing practice. And so anybody has any questions for this?
Yeah, do we get more details about this vision expansion thing?
Yeah,
Like in the mail?
if I can put that in the email too. I will
Yeah,
put
thank
that
you.
I will send that email out. Absolutely. This is something new. I saw that PayPal, I'm curious if it works. So if somebody wants to try it out, that is what PayPal give me. So I'm very curious if it brings you to that place. So I'm going to move you through 5 powerful prompts, Johan. And it all has to do with the unaware thoughts. Okay. So you will get a page where you start to be able to faster reprogram the emotional tone behind your thoughts. You will able to see the characteristics that you require to have as the person that's coming from abundance. And then also you will get a list of characteristics that the version of you has right now that's coming from lack. Okay, because if we are not aware of the characteristics that I have, for example, a person who has a lack of self-love, I've been there, done that, is very indecisive. Okay, that's one part of a person that has lack of self-love. Okay, so but if I don't know that, a person that has a lack of self-love comes from lack, and that's, you have a lot of lacks of everything or a lot of things more. So if I don't know that indecisive is a characteristics, I can never become aware of it, that when it happens, I can say, oh my God, I'm indecisive, I'm coming from lack. Does that make sense? So I want to know that, okay, so if I'm indecisive, what is then the characteristic of the person that is coming from abundance? So you need to, I'm going to help you with that too. I'm going to give you and help you with a list of the next best thought. People learn that also with me in the course, but I'm going to give you a list with that too, and it's really pretty cool. It's really worth it. It's really really beautiful. Okay, so I hope that helps a little bit more.
Yeah,
Now,
thank you. And also this link didn't work.
didn't?
No, I tried
Okay,
it.
awesome. Perhaps because I made it big, or because that's good to know, because I made a screen picture of it, of the screen.
Yeah, I also put you a note in the chat. It says the link has been deleted by creator.
Same for me.
Okay, that's crazy, but that's a good thing that I try it out and that I asked. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's go to a few things more. We are kind of on time. We're going to go a little bit over. So let's do a little mini closing practice. And I want to ask you to put your hands on your heart and take 3 deep breaths with me. Let's inhale through the nose and out through the mouth. And let's do that again. One more time. All right, and I'm going to ask you to write in the chat, what is one word that you're going to take with you from this experience? Please write it in the chat. And even more important, what is that one practice, that one action step that I could take today to stay in this frequency, in the frequency that I shared with GPT? Because you have been kind of like 15 minutes, you have been talking about all the things you want. And if you see it or not, that creates a frequency, which is a good frequency. Okay?
I have a question. Did you say to put one word in and then you said to put in a bunch of sentences?
No. Put in one word that you're taking away from this experience and share one action step, one practice that you could take today to stay in this frequency. So that's 2 questions.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay. So where did my link go? Give me. Okay, here. All right. And then see if I can share that in the chat. All right. Yeah, I see you write some stuff before too, but sometimes I cannot read the chat if I don't open it. Vision, imagination, vision, self-care, express, clarity, read all of my GPT responses. Awesome. Yeah, that is going to help you a lot. And thank you so much for answering that. I want to give you some practical daily practices that you can start doing today. So I'm going to give you some help, but I want to ask you 3 minutes before I do that. And I'm going to send you a link, the word believe, action, intention of the day. Believe, right? To read all of my responses, says Gail. Thank you so much. So can you click on this form? And it's going to take 3 minutes, and I want to take time before I share some really practical tools that you can do with everything you have to read all of my responses. And fill out the questions that are in that form. I would appreciate that a lot. It's going to be your feedback. There are just a few questions. If you could do that for me, please. Okay, 1 minute more. All right. Do you need a little bit more time? Okay. I imagine that at least you come very far, so you can also send it in. There is a button on the end, on the below, on the bottom. All right. Yeah, is it okay that I continue? You finish it later? You want to finish it now? I don't want to take too much of time. We're already a little bit over time.
I can finish later.
Yeah? All right. Okay. So then there's one more thing that I would like to share. Thank you so much, by the way, for taking the time to fill that in. It's very important for me because it helps me to see, and I also learned, I already have an idea, but it's a good thing that I put in 2 hours because of going through the GPT, right? So that's a good thing to put that extra time in. Now, if everybody, is everybody back to the screen? To the, yeah? Okay. So here is what I just asked. Okay, so this is what I want to share with you. Now, you got the vision, you did the work, but now what? This is not it. Now it's not going to happen. You've got to be willing to put in the effort, which means that you've got to use that vision statement each and every day. You can choose to go on default and let automatic pilot do whatever you already always do, or do you want to start to reprogram that old way of believing? So that's when you have to put in the willingness to get that vision out and work with it. Okay, so choose one of your GPT created shifts and read that every day. Oh, but I don't have time. Take your snapshot. That's shorter, right? Do a short meditation and visualize those feelings, right? After reading the whole vision statement, close your eyes and allow yourself, what would it be like if I truly have that life? And show your body, teach your body those feelings. It's always very important. I didn't mention that. I'm so happy and grateful now that, right? To mention that and to start your vision with that. So even though GPT put it all out, you can just copy and paste it again and say, okay, I want you to start, or you write it down, right? I'm so happy and grateful now that, because if I say that, I already confirm to myself that I'm in the place and in the present time, right? Today I choose to live from the energy of inspiration, possibilities, what you just wrote, Johan, awesome. But you got to put out the intention, because it will not happen if you keep coming from that unaware program where those 50,000 unconscious thoughts are running the show, right? And even though you understand it, if it's not happening, there's still so many unaware thoughts controlling your emotions. Well, the next best thoughts list, it's not there yet. Use the snapshot as well at night when you go to bed. Just before you go to bed, 1 minute before you go to bed, read it and allow yourself 30 seconds, if you don't want to spend more time to that, to close your eyes and see yourself in your dream house. In the morning when you wake up, before you take your phone, take your snapshot and read it. You have the vision whisper, listen to it. It's going to be 2 minutes, 3 minutes, even if it's 10 minutes. You go to the beach, listen to it, close your eyes. If you're on the toilet, if you can use it in many different ways, okay? As well as writing down every morning, write down a list from the things that you're grateful for. Make sure that you choose consciously to put yourself in the frequency of the version of that future you that is already living the life that you would like to live, okay? So that is what I wanted to share. And well, the closing words, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for allowing yourself to give yourself this time. It has been more than 2 hours. I will send you an email with all the important details, including the journal link. Well, that probably will be afterwards. I'm going to send you now an email with all the information that we have now. You will have, what else? Well, you don't need to worry to lose any information, okay? Your vision matters. You matter. And your energy is so powerful. All right. And this is the way that you are going to achieve all the dreams that you want by becoming the future self right now at this moment. And you choose to allow to give your power away to all those things that you don't like and then feel not good, or even though you are going through all that shitty stuff, you can consciously choose another thought and then little by little start to feel just a little bit better. Okay, so that's what I wanted to share. Is there somebody who would love to share their snapshot, or is that, I don't know, perhaps you can find it quickly in your phone, and if not, we leave that for another day. But if you would like to share something that you saw in GPT that you say like, oh my God, this is so fun, please go ahead.
Sure, I did it on the computer and it worked fine.
Awesome. And do you want to share something that come out of what we did, what
Yeah.
GPT gave you back? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's a snapshot.
Oh, you can read it as well if you want.
Oh, okay.
You can read it.
So here's my daily soul snapshot. A potent reminder of who I am and the life I am already becoming. I wake each day in peace, surrounded by wild nature, love, and freedom. My body feels strong, light, and alive. I move, eat, and live with joy and intuition. Abundance flows to me effortlessly from unexpected sources, and I give and receive with an open heart, with a grateful heart. I'm deeply loved, respected, and seen, sharing my life with compassionate souls and a partner who meets me in truth and tenderness while we grow. My home is my sanctuary, my work is my passion, my days are my own. I am free, I am whole, I'm living my soul's vision now. That was pretty cool.
And so it is. And so it is. Awesome.
Mind blowing. That was mind blowing to read. Thank you for
That's
sharing
really
that.
that's really beautiful. And one little thing, make sure, and I have to put that back in. I forgot to say that. When you start to work with it and you copy and you paste it, perhaps in a journal when it's ready or whatever you want to do, make sure that you always finish this or something even better still. Because now with what you shared, that's what is going to come back. But who knows? Who knows what else there is if you expand in your awareness. So I'm so happy and grateful now that I wake each day, and now it's your turn, that if you are by yourself, you can like, I'm so happy and grateful now that I wake each day in peace, surrounded by wild nature. Oh my God, love and freedom. And my body feels strong and light and alive. And I move and I eat and I live with joy and intuition, and abundance flow to me effortlessly, right? That's the emotional tone that little by little, but you can perhaps not do that from the beginning because it's a muscle. So if it doesn't work from the beginning, you're not doing anything wrong. You're just practicing and you're making that muscle strong. But this is so beautiful because we go crazy with our dream, and then GPT brings it back in a way that I personally would not have been able to do that if I would have done it myself. So that is co-creating with GPT in a way that is so beautiful. So is there somebody else that wants to share their snapshot? It's the shortest one that we have. Priya, you want to share? Nance, you want to share too? Go, girl.
Okay, I can share.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm living a vibrant, abundant, joy-filled life, healthy and strong, and radiant in my body, deeply loved and respected by my family, and thriving in a purpose-driven business that uplifts lives. I wake up in my luxurious penthouse filled with light, surrounded by nature, peace, and love. My days are filled with movement, connection, creativity, and freedom. I travel, give generously, and live each moment with gratitude, power, and grace. I am proud of the woman I am becoming, and I am living the life I once dreamed of, fully, joyfully, and beautifully.
And so it is. Awesome. This is so cool, right? Do you feel good with it?
Yes, yes.
It's cool, isn't it? Somebody else wants to share? Thank you so much for sharing that, Nancy. Really appreciate that. Thank you. Priya, you wanted to share too?
It's very big.
But don't you, but your snapshot, the snapshot is the
Yes,
one that
the
we said,
snapshot,
the third one.
the daily vision snapshot.
Yeah, the snapshot should be the short one. That's the one that you write it down, you take it in your pocket, and when you're feeling a little bit off, you just read it, and then you got to practice that, right? You've got to probably repeat that 50 times before you can go to that place. Don't think that if it doesn't work and you don't feel it, oh, I'm doing something wrong. You don't. You just need to practice, okay? But you got to, if somebody wants to share, it's the shortest one, the one paragraph.
Mine is big. So
Well, then what you could do, you can copy that. And I will also ask if somebody else then wanted to share, because if it's a very big one, but make sure that you have like a traveler vision, like when you go to on a travel, on a journey, and you take a small piece with you. It really has to be kind of like a short one. So what you can do, you can copy and paste it back in the chat. So you copy it, you paste it back, and then you say, make a new snapshot, but shorter. Okay. And anything that you are going to read after this workshop, and you're like, okay, I like that, but that's absolutely not what I am, then you just polish it. You copy the chat from GPT, you can do that. You paste it back into the chat, and then you just give it another prompt, like, okay, you told this, and I love it, but I want you to put a little bit more of emotions in that part. You can do that. But perhaps it's so amazing that you say, oh my God, this is just crazy. I'm in love with it, right? But the snapshot is, the function of snapshot is that it's short. It has to be short. Okay. Someone else wants to share? Gail, would you like to give it a go? Or Paula, Judith, Kimberlite?
I'll
I'm
go.
not sure if my snapshot ended up short. Everything I have is really long, so I'll have to go back and review.
Okay, yeah, that's good. Yeah, it's happened with Priya, but it's okay, right? Because GPT, it's not that GPT does it perfectly. I am with GPT, everything that I'm doing and I am creating, I'm hours and days. I've been working hours on this workshop, and I'm working hours on the slides and the journal with help and co-creating of GPT, right? Especially the way that I want it. So it gives back amazingly answers, but I always go back and I polish it, and I go back and I polish it, and I go back and I polish it, and then it finally comes out the way that I want it. And you can do that too, okay? So even though the snapshot should be short and it made it long, you go just back, because GPT is not perfect, even though it looks like it, right? Priya, you want to say something?
yeah, meanwhile, everyone is thinking about like whether they want to share or not.
Okay.
I want to say that I really enjoyed today's class. It was
Ah,
really interactive, which I love, because sometimes when you're just listening and listening and listening, it can be like you know the mind wanders. It
yeah,
happens.
yeah.
So I really love the interactive part of it, which you already do like in the breakout rooms and all of that. But then today's was more. So really love that, and love the way how you designed everything. It was looking really nice. The little touches on the sides, the color green, everything was looking just right.
Awesome.
So yeah,
Awesome.
thank you for
Thank you
that.
so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you
Yeah.
for sharing that, Priya. I appreciate that. That's what I love. That's my other part. Next to the coaching, I design. And I love doing that. And I do that all with Canva. And that's amazing what you can do with Canva. And then co-creating with GPT, but most of all, I do it with Canva and then my creativity. So that's pretty cool. Thank you for sharing that. Anybody else wants to share something? Oh, before we go, can I make a picture of all of us? Kimberly, are you there, girl? Can you give do the hair done? Are you there, Kimberly?
She had to leave, I think.
She had to leave? I didn't. I'm getting picked up in 5 minutes, so I have to hop off this sec. I'm still in my pajamas. Love you. This was incredible. Thank you, Suzanne, everyone, for your heartfelt energies and desire to grow, grow, grow. All right. Okay, I'm just gonna take a picture like that. Okay, so okay, everybody ready? We can do like something like that. Like, yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Awesome. Do you give me permission to use this? Is that okay for everybody?
So can you block me out, because we've talked about this before?
Yeah, you can. Would you want me to make another picture and then you put your camera off?
Yeah, let's do that.
And then afterwards, well, you don't see your name. It's Judith H. Nobody knows who that is, but it can. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we do that again. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. All right. Awesome. Thank you. All right. Okay, Judith. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I asked. Okay, so you're gonna get your email. Then you're gonna get the journal. You're gonna love it. Let me see. And then you're going to get some explanation about that next thing that I'm doing, the expansion of this workshop. If you're interested, I promise you, you're gonna love it. It's absolutely something that goes in depth. Let me go out of this one because I want to share you something. Okay. Why am I not going out? Okay, here. And okay, here we go. Oh no, I'm not gonna. Yeah, you want to wait? Can I do something? Give me a sec. And any question you might have, please ask me. You know how that goes. I always will answer. And let me see. I want to share this. Can you see my screen?
Nope.
Not yet?
Nope.
Okay, give me a sec. I'm going to show you a little bit about the journal. It's pretty cool. Okay, here we go. Okay. Can you see it now?
So far, it's just black.
Oh, it's still black?
All black.
And now?
It says Suzanne coach has started a screen sharing. Double click to enter full screen mode, and then it's just black.
Meant to be seen yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Perhaps I want to share it because I'm so excited about it, but it's going to be a present then. So yeah.
Do not open before Christmas.
Yeah. That's going to take a little bit still, but time goes fast. So to show yet. So it's going to be a surprise. I wanted to show you. No, I cannot even go back now to my Zoom. All right. Share. No. Are you seeing it now?
Now.
It's being paused. Now you see Google.
Yeah.
I see your quantum journal picture.
You do?
Yeah.
Why do you
Crystallize
see it
quantum
then?
journal.
Maybe are you working with two screens? Then you need to maybe select one window on which you have the journal open.
Do you see it now?
It's still with the browser.
That's really strange. Okay.
A work in progress.
Let me see. And now?
No,
It's the
there
same.
it is. It's the same as before.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the first, and then this is the and if you want to buy it, that money doesn't go to me, but then here you could actually literally ask Canva to print it for you like this, and then they will send it to you, and that's going to be like this. Pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're gonna get it in a PDF, and the interest doing all the pages. It's really, really pretty cool. It's really nice. So yeah, you will have it soon. I hope you'll. Yeah.
There's
Okay.
some issues with connectivity.
Huh?
There's some issues with connectivity. You drop out. I sometimes don't hear you, but you seem back now.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. There's something happening with the computer. So yeah, that's going to be the journal. So you saw a little bit about it, and soon it will be in a PDF in your hands. Okay. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for showing up. Thank you so much for giving this time for yourself. Now it's your responsibility to start to work with the vision. Those that are in a program with me, we are now in the blueprinting phase, right? So you have this Thursday, we agreed to pop up together. For those who want, I will explain to you later, Priya. You weren't there, but I explained in the replay. But I have decided that everybody has an extra week to catch up. I call it the catch-up week. So if you are behind, if there are still some classes, if you did everything, just go and repeat. This is just an extra week, so you can commit with yourself and catch up with everything, especially blueprinting. It's so important. And with this class, you had now an opportunity to get so connected with that vision, that future. So that's very powerful. I hope you liked it. Have an amazing Sunday, and see you soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Goodbye,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Nice
Bye
to see
bye.
you.